Hi, this is Kurt with Axtreme-Guitar, and for this video lesson I decided to do something a little bit out of the norm from what I usually do. I've been working on Somewhere Over the Rainbow with one of my students, and I decided to create a video tutorial for it. So let's get diving in. So before we start, just want to let you know that we are in standard tuning, and this is my E. So right from the start, if you were to follow the actual song that's in the movie Wizard of Oz, then you would want to play it with a capo on the first fret so that it would be in the key, because they're not actually playing it in G, they're playing it in G sharp. We're going to be playing it in G. No worry about using a capo. And as a side note, I created a PDF. It doesn't go into detail about what I'm picking out the melody doing, like the so that's just what I'm going to explain what I'm doing in this video. The chord tab that I created in the PDF is just going to give you the straight chords. The changes that you'll want to do are exactly over the words that it happens, like so the chord changes will happen exactly where they need to happen in the song. So we are going to start with the G chord. Now, I know that the PDF shows that you have a G chord with the two bottom fingers on there, but this one actually, if you want to follow the melody, you're going to do it with your ring finger or pinky, whichever you prefer. I choose ring finger on the very bottom string, and you can do it the way I'm doing it, or you could do it a more simplified version. I am kind of taking a more technical approach when I do it, so it's so you could just, well, I'm not using a pick at all, so you could take your thumb and brush all the way down the 5 top strings, and then a delayed last string there, the G on the E string 3rd fret there. Now, I originally, before I had actually really researched this, thought I was doing a D chord. I mean, it does sound okay, but technically it should be a B minor, and that's commonly confused. And so the tricky part with that one is that you're going to, when I did the D, I was doing, so it's a lot easier to do these little things here with the open hammer down and adding a pinky on that 4th fret with that D. With the B minor, you're going to have to do all of the strings from, not the top, the 6th string. You're gonna, from the 5th string down, you can brush it with your thumb if you'd like, and then you come back on that 2nd string, but then lift your pointer finger a little bit from that bar so that you have an open E string. So essentially it's going to look more like this if I wasn't barring it. Because you got your middle finger on the 3rd fret with this B minor. So I'm just hitting that and then going to the open 1st string and then 2nd fret and 3rd fret. So what that sounds like with the G is, and then we go to the E minor. Now you can hit all of the strings. I tend to not, because I'm trying to follow the melody closely, and I can be a bit anal about that myself. So don't worry about that if you're just trying to follow the song based on the chords that I'm giving you. So the E minor, and then the C, and then the G. But this time the G with the 2 bottom fingers. And notice I actually stop after I hit the top 5 because I didn't want to get confused with the ending of the line as compared to the beginning of the line, because the beginning of the line is, and the end of the line is So when you hear for the melody, then it makes more sense. It's a little bit complex with this song. So then we go back to the E minor, to the C, and notice also again on that C there, I chose not to hit that E string at the bottom, and then I go to the G, but this time I am not going to hit the bottom E string, and I'm not fretting that second string there. So if I'm not going to be fretting that bottom E on the 3rd fret, because I don't want to mix up how the melody sounds, I'm just not going to fret anything and just stop at that second string from the bottom and not do anything with that E. I'm just kind of holding it so it stays silent. So and here what I do is, so there's this hammer on, or you could pick out each individual note, like either way that you decide to do it. It's, and when you get to this note here, it's actually an A minor, and then I go to the D. But when I do it, I'm going to bring my pinky down here to the 4th string. If I weren't doing it in the shape of the D, it would be, so 4th string, 4th fret, and then to the open G, that's the 3rd string, to the 2nd fret of the G, to the 4th fret of the G, and then I end it on a G chord. And I don't do anything special with that G chord, I just let it ring out as a full G chord. So to recap, I'm going to start with that G, that delayed last string, to the B minor, E minor, and I'm not hitting that bottom E with that G, and then I go to the E minor, to the C, and for that one I chose not to hit the bottom E also, and then I go to the G, but for this one I didn't hit the bottom E, and I didn't fret anything because I'm going to do that hammer on the G string, open B, and then A minor, then this sort of half D, pinky on the 4th fret of the D string, to the open G, to the 2nd fret on the G, to the 4th fret on the G, and then a full G chord. So it is busy if you're trying to do the melody within the chords. Now when we get to the bridge, here's what I do with the bridge. So it's on a G, so someday I'll reach up and C, so I'll show you what I'm doing here. I am holding that E string like I've done in previous times, and what I'm going to do is my ring finger is going to be up, and then it's going to be down, up and down a few times on that B string 3rd fret. It's open and then 3rd fret, and then again and then you go to the C, but you're going to do the same thing there. It's just that this time you have your pointer finger on the C of the B string there, the 1st fret, and you're going to do the same thing you did with the G, but you're going to use your pinky to do that on the 3rd fret. And I'm still holding that bottom E string. And at the end of that line, where it's, let's see, and wake up where the clouds are far behind. So that time I am actually hitting the E string because it follows the melody. back to the G and do that what we did before with that on the B string on the 3rd fret. This time we go to an A, and we're going to be toggling between, for the melody, between the B string, which is the 2nd string, and the E string on the bottom. And we go to an F sharp minor. So the F sharp minor is like an E minor, but I'm using my ring finger and pinky. If it helps you to do that, you can make that E minor with these 2 fingers, come up in pitch to the 4th frets of the A and D strings, and then bar it across here. And then you go back to the A. And then to the D7. And I did not sing that very well, but... And then we go back to the verse that we've already gone over. So as usual, I hope you enjoyed that video tutorial on how to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow. There will be a link in the description if you would like to get the PDF. You can also check out my website for other materials. If you would like to see more videos like this, subscribe so you don't miss the next video that I post. And I'll see you next time.